Welcome to the Get In Some Action podcast, part 4, episode 4, whatever you want to say. Um, I know it's been 39 days. Um, Tomorrow, by the time it gets uploaded, it will be 40. Now, I have an explanation. Don't worry. At the 3 week point, I recorded it. Right at 21 days, I did record one. I got emotional halfway through it and just decided to scrap it. And then when it came to the 4 week point, I just forgot about it. Last Sunday gone by, was gonna record it and then decided nah, but you're getting it now. 40 days, but 39 days now, but 40 days by the time it's uploaded. So yeah, it's been eventful, and I have taken my medication. So yeah, I have no emotions. So this will not be an emotional podcast like it was whenever I was making this back in day 21. Like I can't even get sad right now. So yeah, I actually have a wee list of things um for the podcast on topics and trauma dump. Time to trauma dump, right? First of all, can we like subscribe if we're watching on YouTube? Um yeah, can we get to it'll be May whenever this comes out. It's April 30th right now. Can we get the 450 subs by the end of May? 2022 subscribers. Yeah. Go hit 10 likes on the podcast. If you're watching Spotify, follow for more. Check out social medias, TikTok, Instagram. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll leave a link in the description. But time to trauma dump. Pretty much, I actually don't know what the trauma dump with because I did. I had so much like 3 weeks ago, but now I have nothing because like I'm not in that emotional situation to talk about it. But I'll talk about friendships, right? And I'm not gonna mention any names, but pretty much I was watching. It was the night of the Fury fight, right? The Tyson Fury fight. He won. But I was getting text messages from a girl to come down to the bar, right? And um, I just found it weird why she texted me because she's best friends with someone I liked, right? A girl that I may or may not reference, a girl who may or may not listen to this, and all I'm going to say is she texted me saying when are you coming down? We're all here for my mate's girlfriend's birthday, right? So I essentially was like, I'll go down after this fight. I was planning going down to that bar till about 9. I was planning going down for about 9. Didn't get down to about 11:15. I just decided, no, I'll watch the fight. So yeah, but I got then like Snapchat photos on Instagram, right? I think you know what I'm on about. And it was a photo of the girl who was texting me, the girl, her mate that I have problems with and may or may not have used to like, and one of my mates is just randomly there, like, and yeah, I got down to the bar. There's about 15 of them and all the group together. They're all surprised to see me, right? I go there every week. I go to the same spot every weekend, and all I'm gonna say is none of yous even thought to invite me, by the way. Because who's to say that this is the night where I would have just sat in and yous are all like partying? I'm just saying. But I did go down to see my teammates and see them too, I guess. And then it kind of just got to one point in the night where I sat down at the side of the table by myself. Right, there was a couple of people on the other side of the table. It was like a quarter table, right? It was a corner table. I sat down. The girl who, let's just say, not the one that texted me, but her mate, the one that I may or may not be referencing, that led me on, right? Sits at like the head of the table, and she's on this other side of the table, and I'm where I am, right? I would say the distance between me and her is like, I don't know how to describe it, but she's on the other side of the table. but like the head of the table. My mate comes over, who I told him she led me on, and what does he do? He starts feeling her up, and I'm sorry for exposing him, right? He can't remember this, by the way. Let's just put this in there. I'm not gonna mention his name. He cannot remember this, but he was like feeling her up. She said no, and said his name. I have a boyfriend. He, and I'm like, I just stormed off. I just like, this guy's doing this, and I've told him that this girl led me on, and I just saw red. Like, I didn't hit anyone or anything, but like a switch in the back of my head just went off. I just went to the toilet. I just took it out of my wrists. Like, I had it bad that night. I had to get the people to bring me back from whatever happened, whatever came out, and bring it back in to here and get Adam back. But like, yeah, that happened, and then later on the evening, I just stormed off outside the bar. They were all together as a group. She comes chasing after me. I feel her grab the back of my hand. One of my other mates told her to F off, and he just walked up the street with me, and like, he just kind of calmed me down. Shout out to him, by the way, he's a legend. Although I did on Adam on Snapchat, which it's not because me and him had a follow. It's more like I just tried to like clear the space on spots on Snapchat. Like I had about 120 people added. I wanted to get it down to like 30, and I still have 50 something added. So I'll probably add him back. But yeah, I'm mad at that one mate because of that. Because of that, right? I wouldn't say mate anymore, like, but that's why. And in her case, I'm not mentioning their names, so they can't get mad at me for bringing the story up if they're listening. I'm not mentioning your names. I'm a pro. I'm a pro at this game. But yeah, like whenever I made this, I was talking about this like 3 weeks ago at the 21-day mark, right? I was getting emotional, yeah, while making this. I'm not like, I was like tearing up on camera, and now I'm like this. You can tell how relaxed I am. But yeah, she she did that right. Like, this all went down right in front of me. If they did it behind my back, I probably wouldn't have cared, right? Probably wouldn't have cared. But the fact that he did it right in front of me, there's a neighbour's dog barking. So yeah, that's the trauma dump. I've just had nobody really believing in me recently. I've had friendships falling apart. And you know what? I haven't really had the energy to just say something back. Still unemployed. And like, you all know this is what I want to do. Podcast, YouTube, social media. But like, people keep on knocking you down and saying stuff like, oh, think realistic. You're not going to do it. You're probably going to be nothing more than like a minimum wage worker or something like that. To be fair, what I want to go to uni to do is physio. Physio is like my plan C. Not a bad plan C, like, but maybe I should make it my plan A. Got an itchy nose. I just have been all over the place in my head, and that's why I'm actually happy that I've got on these like medication and all that. I'm actually really happy. So yeah, that's been the trauma dump part of the podcast. I think we're at 9 minutes now. It's time to reintroduce a good friend, Pepsi Max. No, let's try that one more time. I know a lad that's gonna absolutely enjoy that. Right. Next topic, Champions League. Right. We got PSG and Bayern Munich. Like, what a game! What a game! I can't wait for the second leg. I didn't even get to watch the game, but all I'm going to say is, I'm excited. I'm excited, and there is a wasp right there. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Not today, mate. Not today. Anyway, Um, Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. I'll put it one way: Atletico Madrid will go through. No, Arsenal will go through to the finals. Sorry, Arsenal will go through the finals. I think it will be PSG that goes through to the finals. I think PSG's winning it. I think they'll win it 2 years in a row. I don't want them to. If it actually came down to them and Arsenal in the final, as much as I think it would be funny that Arsenal bottle everything, I actually wouldn't mind if Arsenal win the Champions League. Because PSG, I just could not want that. I do not want it to happen. Do not want it to happen. Now to topic number 3. We did that one really quick. Number 1 was just trauma dump and tell you what's happened a couple of weeks ago. Like, there's more stories I can get into, right? But we'll have that one be the main one of the day. Don't trust everyone. Don't trust your best buds is the moral of the story, right? Premier League. Let's talk Premier League. Is Arsenal going to bottle the league? Is Spurs going to get relegated, right? I'm going to say it now. Spurs do get relegated. They don't deserve to stay up. And you know what? Every time they get points, West Ham and Forest get points. Leeds are safe. Let's just say how it is. Leeds are safe. Forest, I think, are safe. Between West Ham and Tottenham. And you know what? I think West Ham, since they're more naturally used to relegation battles over the years, I think they're safe. I think West Ham is safe. And I think West Ham will stay up. I think Tottenham goes down. I think Tottenham definitely goes down. When it comes to the league title race, I'm going to say it now. I think United finishes 3rd. It's a race between 4th. I think Chelsea out of it now. They're 6th, right? But, wait, no, 5th gets Champions League now, don't they? Yeah, 5th gets Champions League. I'm going to say it. I think Liverpool finished 5th, Villa 4th. I think that's how it's going to turn out. Between City and Arsenal, I think both teams will slip up. They will drop points, both of them. These teams are not going to be perfect. Let's keep this in mind. I think City and Arsenal will drop points. I think City, maybe away against Bournemouth. Arsenal, not too sure about it, but I think they will drop points. Maybe a draw, maybe a loss. But yeah, ultimately I'm going to predict City will have it. City will have the League One. Not saying that because I'm a City fan. I just think it will happen. If it is Pep's final season, which it is, he'll want to go out in the high. And I genuinely do think that Pep has it wrapped up for City. And the next topic is Man City. Can we just talk about Man City here? Right? Let's talk about Man City. Won the Carabao Cup in the FA Cup final, possibly going to win the league. City could actually realistically walk out with a treble. Can we just talk about that? Fair play to Man City. Fair play to them, because I actually did not go into the season thinking that we could win a treble. I thought maybe 1 trophy max, and we could be walking away with a treble. So, fair play to the lads. Pep really has said something to those lads that, you know what, we might not win the Champions League, but we got to wakey, and we've really got to push for something big for the rest of the season. I think it's the treble. So, yeah, we made it to 14 minutes now into the podcast, and we've gone through 4 of our topics. Looking at the sheet here, I've got 3 more topics, and you know what, I think this has the potential to be a 30-minute podcast, you know. I'm just not looking forward to editing it. Although we could just keep it on YouTube and just not edit it and just keep like it all uncensored, because I think I've only hit like 1 or 2 swear words so far. We've hit 6. We've hit 6, right? But the next topic, WWE releases. Now, I think there was 22 or 23 releases. I'm going to more focus on the main roster ones, so sorry, Andre Chase. I do love Andre Chase, but let's talk about that. It's sad. It always happens at this time of year. Releases to people that shouldn't be getting released. Apollo Crews. I don't know how he survived this long, but he got released finally. I love Apollo, but I don't know how he's been able to survive for so long. But yeah, but Let's talk NXT, no, WWE releases. Who else was there? Santos Escobar. What are we doing? The guy left the company and you begged him to come back. You brought him back and you didn't use him. You used him in AAA. And then you just get rid of the guy. What a waste of time. And then who else was there? The ones that I'll get to the big talked about ones in a second. I'm actually trying to think. I actually don't know any releases that aren't like a main vocal point. So we can actually just move on to the main releases, right? We'll start off with the Wyatt Six. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't think that the Wyatt Six were what they were whenever they came in. Let me rephrase that, right? I don't think that they were anything like from what they were whenever they began. Whenever they began, they were like a main event thing, kind of what they were going to be a main event thing, and it got pushed into the mid card, moved over to SmackDown. What happened? Moved over to the SmackDown, won the tag team championships, carried the brand, right? And that whole tag team division carried that brand. What happened after? The Wyatts just died with the titles. I'm gonna say how I need to say it. Like, the MFT story dragged way too long, and you know what? To be honest, there's not many feuds you can actually think about it for the Wyatts going forward, right? I gotta say how I need to say it. There wasn't, other than maybe Cody, but I'm gonna be honest. It's one I kind of agree with because I don't see any of these people doing anything other than mid carders. I don't, and people are gonna hate me for saying this because they were a great gimmick and it's a bad way to disrespect Bray Wyatt, but Eric Rowan was never going to be main event status. As much as you try with Bo Dallas, it wasn't going to work. Joe Gacy or Dexter Lumis, I do think they could have got something out of it, but Nikki Cross was kind of just there. But now to the next set of releases I need to talk about. What are we doing? Motor City Machine Guns. They were going to be the favourites to dethrone Truth and Priest, join Gargano and be a part of a heel faction, and they released them. What are we doing? What are we doing, WWE? It's just stupid. Like, you release the Motor City Machine Guns. I just don't know what to think of it. I don't know. Let's get on to another one. Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. Right, fair enough, Zelina Vega hasn't really been doing much. Right, but Aleister Black, who is literally in your main event picture of SmackDown right now. Let that sink in. He was the one who helped Randy turn heel, essentially. It was originally going to be planned. It was Aleister Black helping Randy out, and you went with Pat McAfee instead. So, WWE, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Released Aleister Black, and that was one of my favourites. And he's only been back a year as well. What are we doing? And then the last release, Kairi Sane. Hashtag Kairi is going everywhere right now, so I do think she will come back. But apparently she kind of wants to go back to Japan. I heard a rumour, but apparently that rumour might be false. I want Kairi back. They shouldn't have released her. It was done by WWE. And I do feel bad for a lot of these wrestlers because there's a lot that I've missed out on as well. And WWE have really dropped the ball with them, I think. So it is sad. Now to number 6 on the video, topic 6. We might actually only get this done in like 23-24 minutes. I'm sorry for background noise. I'm in my garden. Of course, there's gonna be people yell in the background in the other households, but upcoming videos, you've got 6 for May, and right now you could potentially be getting 7 for June. Yeah, I do plan to make a lot of content for May and June because you got 3 videos when you're supposed to get 5 in April. You got 4 in March when you're supposed to get 5. So I owe you 3 videos. So you're supposed to get 5 originally for May. You're getting 6, and you're getting 7 in a month that you're supposed to get 5 in June. what video should you expect? I actually have it on the same note, on the same thingy, right? For May, you're gonna get 2 podcast videos being one of these. You're going to get backlash predictions, you get Clash in Italy match card predictions, and then the actual predictions towards the end of the month. And then I've got a mysterious video because I actually don't know what to do with that, but it'll probably be coming out on the 20th of May. But for now, it might be the football video that I've long postponed. Well, I'm kind of thinking save that for June, but you might get that video. You might. Um, the June, right? Let's get right June podcast 6, because you're gonna get podcast 4. You're gonna get podcast 5, right? You got the World Cup predictions. You got a football video, which might be this month. I don't know yet. You've got podcast 7. You've got, if I'm able to do it, I'm not gonna get your hopes up. Potential Donegal rally / Letterkenny vlog. If I'm able to go, I've told my mate I don't know if I'm able to go, but he might be in that video with me. So me and him might be doing it together. We might be making the video together, going around drinking. But I've told him I'll let you know if I am able to go or not. If I have a job by then and they let me off or not to be able to go. But if so, I'll have that video. Right now there's like a 10% chance of that video, but it's on a write-off. 6 Night of Champions predictions. I'm not making a match card predictions, I'm just gonna go straight to predictions there. And then 7 for June is World Cup knockout predictions. So the next 2 months, as long as I stick to that schedule, you should be getting 13 videos between May and June. So yeah. And finally, to life talks. I'm on medication now, so this should help. What to do if a friend betrays you? Just walk away. I've learned it. I've learned that just don't be searching for revenge. Don't create more chaos. Just try and become the best version of yourself. Come from a guy who has done the exact opposite. I am probably the cause of most of my problems, and I try to deny it. Although whenever it comes to women, I'm not the problem, right? These girls lead people on. Generation Z is messed up, right? I stick by that. Generation Z or Gen Z women are the problem. Well, the ones that lead you on. Not all of them. There is good people in this generation. Let's not forget that. Yeah. So, the best thing you can do is just work on yourself. I struggle to do that because mentally my brain doesn't allow me. But now that like now that I'm taking this stuff, I feel more energized in the last this entire day. I felt full of energy, so my mood's been kind of changed. So I would say, honestly, just don't be a bad person because people do bad to you. Keep the positivity. That's all I will say. Be positive. Don't change your attitude because someone said something nasty. Because it's only going to cause more problems. That's all I'm going to say. So yeah. I deserve a sip for that. Yeah. But life has been a roller coaster ride over the last couple of weeks. My emotions have been everywhere. I have come close to doing stuff to myself. I actually have. But what I will say is medication. I'm on it now, so it's only gonna get up from here. All I'm gonna ask is for you to subscribe, get me up in views and followers on all social media platforms, and yeah. I don't know how that goes for a podcast, but we've definitely got over 7 different topics here. Let me know what you want for the next podcast by just texting me on Instagram, AdamLemon2005, commenting down on the YouTube topics, or even just the TikTok, that guy Lemon, comment on recent comments or whatever, comment on recent post topics, and I'll do it. So yeah, let's try and push 1K for the end of the year. Um, let's try and make the best of this world. Adios. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You know the goals. Yeah.